So after a 2-2 draw against Ipswich at weekend, Wednesday looking to get back into winning ways midweek against Morecambe. A Morecambe side that's having a terrible run of it. Unenviable away record they've got. Just the one away win all season, coming to face a Wednesday side that really don't concede goals and only concede 2 spozzy free kicks on Saturday. Okay, one would have good one, but I dived. So Wednesday fans not too worried about Morecambe coming into this game, and if we have a look at the Wednesday team, injuries are one thing, but perhaps Wednesday weren't too worried about Morecambe either when you see the lineup. Wednesday's team, God, there's been a lot of talk about that tonight, but essentially, if you ask Gaffer what it were, I think he'd probably say it was a 4-4-2-ish. Dawson in goal, back 4, Palmer, right back, left back Johnson, Mayo and Flint at centre half, midfield, Dennis Adeniran on the right, Volks and Byers in the centre, Barry Bannon supposedly on left, and Windass and Smith up front. Now in dressing room before game, I'm sure their manager Derek Adams would have been saying to his lads, right, not going to come here and be expansive, and get picked off, so let's keep it tight, let's do it in little blocks, 15 minutes, let's keep it tight, then another 15, then another 15, let's break it down into 3 little stages. What he wanted is for what happened, which were for Wednesday to lead in under a minute, 53 seconds when Barry Bannon scored. Little ball from Flint out wide, Palmer, little slide rule past down edge, Byers gets there, cuts the ball back, Windass goes for it actually, don't make it, and Bannon comes charging in. Fantastic finish by the way, don't swing at it, as it's coming through, opens his body, nice little side foot, back across keeper, 1-0. It looks a really simple goal, it's a lovely finish, but in terms of Morecambe, it's a nightmare start for them. In fact, truth be told, it's more or less game over. Number 6, Delaney, he's obviously frustrated that early goal conceded. He catches Smith in head with an eye boot. And it is an eye boot, because what is Smith? 7'8". It's not like he's stooping. He's actually going like that, and the boot comes in here. 2 minutes later, wipes out George Byers. Ref has to have a word with him and be like, son, calm down. It's all Wednesday. They have one little attack, and Stockton tries a very ambitious shot from about 45 yards. Absolute daisy cutter, completely mishits it. And it's just weird for Wednesday, really. I won't say we're going full gun at it, but they're just not really offering much resistance. They just sat back and trying to shuffle about. Windass has a shot from distance that their lad does well to save, Ripley. 24 minutes, 2-0. Absolute defence splitting ball from Barry Bannon. He's popping up in this. We started the game, I thought it was a 3-5-2 because there were Palmer and Flint and Mayo there, and Adeniran looked like right wing back and Johnson left wing back, but within about 5 minutes after that it'd morphed. They would all have it show, really. And I think it weren't a back four. Palmer were pushed that much, he was holding Adeniran's hands half at time. But Bannon pops up, he's in this sort of inside left position, and he just puts a ball right through gap at full back and centre back. Johnson's gone on outside, he cuts it in, Smith gets a little touch with outside at boot. I think they might have credited it to Smith or Windass, but it looks to me like their centre half Tozy of the line, he's having a bit of a bad day of it. These aren't offered anything at all, and you can tell they're a team that's really struggling, but it's ironic, they actually have a good chance just after we've scored that second goal. Almost from centre, ball down left hand side. Gets lobbed in, Mellon does well, wriggles free, gets a cracking shot away, Dawson again, smart save with legs, and it's that little thing in it about switching off. 2-0, coasting, and almost from centre we almost concede. I mean, they had a spell, I'd say they have a 2 or 3 minute spell, 30 odd minute mark, where they got ball. Wednesday weren't particularly pressing, but they didn't have to, we could let them have it and try and pick them off. Although Shaw nearly caught us out, he went on a marauding run. He went about 60 yards all way down middle of the pitch, and then Baz tripped him up on edge of box. Took one for the team, went in book. Not sure if we were just going to run into Flint actually, but there we go. Free kick were probably in the same position that Broadhead scored for Ipswich on Saturday, but no such danger this time. And that was that really. It was just a dominant half by Wednesday. They just had a very sporadic attack. Yeah, not a very exciting game. Professional. I haven't seen the interview, but I'm pretty sure Darren Moore will describe it as a professional performance, and that's what it were. Could have been 3 just before break. Liam Palmer, who's playing right back, I think, or is he right wing back, or is he right sided centre half, or is it right sided centre forward, because he's just piling on all the time. Down right hand side plays a lovely 1-2 with Dennis Adeniran, surges on again, plays a 1-2 with Windass and just gets blocked out at last minute as he's trying to put cross into the box. But he spent more time in their half than our half today. It's really, it was as one-sided a contest as I've seen for a long time. We out Wednesday really showing that much creativity in and around box. I wouldn't say we created any real clear-cut chance of other than goals he scored actually. But they just got 10 behind and they were just shuffling around, and it were. Although we had all ball, although there was never any danger whatsoever that we were going to lose this game, there was no danger whatsoever, or probably even draw this game. I find them a bit frustrating to watch these sorts of games. I do. I can't help myself. Second half, it's quiet. It's like a training game. They actually have a decent chance. About 60 odd minutes, they've got a sub on, Mayer, I think they call him. Him and Weir, they link down the right hand side, cross into the box. Stockton makes a good run across front of his man, great centre forward run. But then he sort of waits for it to come down and gets a little scuffy side shot away. And I think if he chucks him at it and get head on it, I think that's probably he'd probably test Dawson anyway, even if he don't score. But he sort of waits and a little scuffer. Actually scored a lot of goals for him last season, didn't he? But didn't look much tonight. I mean, he had another shot in second half. Had a little 5-minute spell. It was probably 30 yards high and wide. And suddenly I'm looking at him, I'm like, is he that kid who scored all goals of the year? Just didn't look it. But Wendy didn't really give him a sniff. They probably weren't expecting us to be playing with 2 right wingers though, and to be perfectly honest. And certainly probably weren't expecting Barry Bannon to be floating around in a little pocket that's not been exposed since 1956. Last 10 minutes is... At one time, folks used to ole, didn't they? When you were beating opposition and you were keeping ball for a long spell and just knocking ball about, crowd used to ole, but I think a lot of people like me tonight were just a bit... I'm not saying felt sorry for Morecambe, because you've got to beat them, and if you get a clean sheet, even better. If you get a cricket score, even better than that. But I don't think there was that celebratory feeling tonight. I think it was just a bit of game's done and dusted. Let's get whistle blown. It's 3 points in bag. Let's get off. But we did get a third goal, and we got a third goal, and this is what I'm talking about with this possession. Wednesday had ball for nearly 4 minutes. I know, I am sad. I counted. It were 45 passes they had before third goal. And it was just in and out, across and back, and their players looked completely disheartened. They got one kid I thought were quite good, Crowley, I think they called him, or Cowley. Alistair Crowley. No, he was wizard, wasn't he? Useful little player, skinny little thing. He got hooked off, and stopped. I think they'd give up ghost. And to be fair to Morecambe, Derek Adams will be looking at it and he will know, but we all know, which is going and getting results at Sheffield Wednesday or Plymouth or Ipswich or whatever. They're not going to be the results that decide Morecambe's season. The results that decide Morecambe season is going to be them teams 2 places below them and probably 3 places above them, you know what I mean? So probably saving his place for another day. But yeah, 3.5 minutes spell of possession by Wednesday, 45 passes. Eventually it pops out into, funnily enough, that inside left position. Deli Bashiru. This is where it's frustrating, isn't it? Because he just gets it and he's like, yeah, that's been good fun, lads, but what about this? Locomotive, straight past 2 challengers, powers through into the box, and then it's easy to get it wrong after all that, isn't it? Head of steam up, headlines in eyes, but he done, powers on, clips a lovely little ball in, and Windass is here to finish it off. Whether he finished it off with his arm, I'm not sure. I thought it hit his chest, but as he went up to do it, his arm did flail up, and I thought, is that going off his hand? But either way, 2-0, 3-0, game winning bag. Done and dusted. But like I said, I can't say I particularly enjoyed it. Professional performance from Wednesday, never in danger from start to finish, but ref could have probably blown whistle after first goal, to be honest, and have saved everybody. I don't know. I don't enjoy it when it's like that, me. Can't help myself. Man at match. I thought Denneran looked lively in little 5-minute spells, but Byers, in fact that's the one thing about tonight, Byers went off, didn't he? He went off at half time. He got a little clip on ankle just about 44 minutes. Hopefully it's precautionary, which you can do when you're this comfortable in a game. Volks, thought he was involved in everything tonight. Volks, he was like a real fulcrum there in midfield, obviously with Baz sort of off on left somewhere. But I get to Liam Palmer again, just absolutely marauding forward at every opportunity. And sometimes we were playing like an outside right. Just, yeah. Man and match Liam Palmer. We had that much at ball. Everybody's had that many touches. It's really hard to, Oh. Sam Morsey rowing with some Ipswich fans down there. And why is that? Well, probably because of this. Plymouth, top of the table, still they beat Oxford tonight, who left it late, with late goals Eardley and Hardy. You see he's back in starting line-up, scored on Saturday and all again. But the reason Ipswich fans are getting a bit stressed, 0-0 away at Bristol Rovers tonight. Should they be getting that upset? Bristol Rovers, they've been scoring some goals recently. They've got a couple of teams of pasty. They've had one themselves as well, by the way. But going down there, tricky, midweek game, tough place to go. Clean sheet, should they be that unhappy? Well, they're probably a little bit more unhappy because of results elsewhere. Yep, Bolton on fire tonight. 5-0 winners against MK Dos. Santos again, he scored a couple on Saturday. And Beatty, Jones, Toll and Williams in a 5-0 pasting of the Dons that has seen them overtake Ipswich. Yep, Ipswich will be up there all season, dropping down now into 4th spot, 2 points behind Bolton. They do have a game in hand on Bolton, but you'd rather have points in the bag, so some upset there. They've invested heavily this last win at Ipswich, and like I said, that might have just upset apple cart a bit. Maybe it's give manager too many options, because it's funny, innit? Sometimes managers get the best results when they're down to bare bones and they ain't got a choice but to not fanny about and mix and match every week. So Plymouth top, 67 points, 31 played. Wednesday still in second, 65 points. Obviously that game in hand. We've also got 2 games in hand over Bolton, who are in third, 59 points. Obviously overtook Ipswich tonight. And the last 2 places, Derby County, who's been on that strong unbeaten run, and Barnsley, they're taking up the 2 last slots. If I'll have a quick look at what they did tonight. Derby, kept their run going, unbeaten run going. 1-1 draw with Lincoln City. They had fell behind Sheripo, obviously the lad we had on loan last year from QPR. He'd scored for Lincoln just before break. Conor Hourihan clawed him one back for Derby. And Barnsley, they had that slip up at weekend, but bit by bit they're clinging in there. 3-1 winners away at Port Vale. Nip and tuck every step away this division this season. Every time you think you're getting somewhere, they nick a win or they nick a win. Then a team like Ipswich has been there all season, so what is it, 1 win in 8, all these draws piling up. And then Bolton, knocking on the door, Barnsley clinging in there. It's a great exciting division, it really is. It really is. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I still think Wednesday going to get title, and I'm going to say it here and now. I think we're going to make triple figures in points. I do, honest. No, I do. But we can cut it out after if I'm wrong, can't we? Cheltenham this weekend, another home game. Got a fancy Wednesday for 3 points. I won't be doing a review. I have got some on actually Saturday, so if I get a chance, I might try and watch it back some other time. Might get a review out for Monday, but Saturday, Sunday, I had a question. So enjoy the game. Hopefully another 3 points for Wednesday, and hopefully maybe we can just carry on that game and nip and tuck with Plymouth and just take that top spot again. That'd be good fun. Right. Anyway. Have a good week. See you later.